Hey guys, welcome back to Nashville Neck and Back. I am Dr. Roberts. We've got another reaction video for you today, and I know a lot of you are going to be excited about this one because this doctor has been one of the most requested in all the comments, and that is the Y-strap doc. You guys have requested it. Here it is. Let's go. All right, so here we go. We're finally going to take a look at the Y-strap doc. Of course, that's not his name. His name is Dr. Joseph Cipriano. If we click here on more, he is located in Tampa, Florida. Here's all of his links. I will link his stuff in the description below. Make sure you head on over to his channel and give him a follow, although he doesn't need my help, my little dinky channel compared to 2.27 million subs. Insane, awesome YouTube presence. I'm sure he's been doing it for quite some time. 1,500 videos, lots and lots and lots of views. If you go to popular, 26 million, 21 million, 20, insane viewership. And we are going to look at this one today. Terrified her neck would break. First time experience at the chiropractor. So, we're going to take a look at this one. I know some of you have left some comments about a specific video. I'm not sure what that was. Once we're done looking at this one, we'll browse through a little bit. I think it had something to do with the spinal fusion or surgery, where he adjusted, I don't know, the way that you left the comment was like he adjusted somebody he shouldn't have adjusted. I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment in this video, and if I miss it, we'll go back and take a look. But anyway, let's dive in to today's video.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh yeah. Trust me, like when I get those patients that have like crazy issues going on, you know, they've tried this, don't get any relief.
Well, I saw one of your videos, the woman that came in and she was like,
yep.
And then afterwards I was like, holy crap, that's insane.
I know, and her story, gosh, she was passed around from this provider, people were throwing her away, you know, like awful what she had to go through. But yeah, I get things like that and stories like that, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what is going on in this world? Like, come on.
No, that's crazy.
So
It's good though, you're helping people out.
yeah, it's definitely rewarding with this, that's for sure. But now, at least for you, like I'm gonna imagine no like crazy issues, anything like that.
No, I was in a car accident like 10 or 11 years ago.
Okay.
But aside from that, I just know that I hold a lot of my stress up in my...
So it drives me crazy. I hear it all the time, and I know a lot of chiropractors probably hear this all the time. When we're sitting down with a new patient and we're asking them their history, and they totally omit or minimize getting in a car accident, even if it's a minor fender bender. People just don't understand. And if you're watching this, I want you to bank this in the back of your mind. Anytime you suffer a trauma like that, especially like a car accident, whether you're hurt or injured or have mild, moderate, severe pain following that car accident, it did damage. It added stress to your spine and your body. And yes, you may not be in severe amounts of 10 out of 10 level pain the next day or the day after, or maybe at all, but I can't tell you how many patients I've seen like this girl who's in a chiropractic office 10 years, 15, 20 years post-car accident, and now they're eat up with arthritis. Their x-rays look terrible. They've got all kinds of issues, and they're like, no, I haven't done anything. I didn't slip and fall in the past couple of weeks. They've not done anything recently, and they have no idea why they're suffering with their issues. And if we dig deep enough, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I had a car accident 10 years ago. And a lot of times the patient doesn't see the receipt for that until years later.
Okay, and traps and neck, upper back. Okay.
So there's probably a lot going to happen up there.
Okay, and then that you've never been adjusted.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I can't wait.
First time patients are always my favorite.
I am gonna have you go face down on the table for me. Start with the leg length. Honestly, not bad. Right leg does pull short.
All right.
Nothing crazy though, which is a good thing.
I hate leg checks. You guys know if you've watched any of my videos, I cannot stand leg checks.
Let me know if there's any pain or tenderness.
I can make your leg check look however I want to make your leg check.
Rotation. So no pain with any of this, all right?
No.
Okay, good.
We'll talk about that in another video.
few spots through here.
Oh, let me jump in here real quick. Now, I have seen several complaints, comments about Dr. Cipriano and other chiropractors that I've reacted to, but especially him for some reason, about him doing the exact same thing to every single patient in the exact same order. I get that criticism. I've also addressed that criticism. I will link that at the end of this video. I'll link the video that I made for that. So make sure you go check that out. I think it was like the secret that chiropractors don't want you to know. I'll definitely put it at the end of this video. Go check that out, and you'll get a better understanding as to why a lot of chiropractors do the same things in the same order over and over and over. Yeah, go watch that video because I could go in. I went into enough detail in that video. I don't want to ruin this video with that. So let's jump back in here.
And then no issues in lower, right?
And, sorry, I keep diving in. And this guy has over 2 million subs. And he's got millions and millions and millions of views. So whatever he's doing, it's working. So why would you mess with your own algorithm if the way that you're doing things is being as successful as it is? Why change it up?
All right, we are gonna start off with the vibration first. Just wanna relax everything for you.
So very common, you guys know if you've watched any chiropractic videos or if you've ever been to a chiropractor, most involve some kind of vibration or percussion type instrument, usually applied to the patient before the actual adjustment happens. Just kind of get the patient to relax, loosen up the muscles, dig out any trigger points.
We are gonna start right up top here.
Okay.
Ready for your first adjustment ever?
Yes, I'm a little nervous.
Nervous and scared patients are the best because as soon as you give them that first adjustment, they're like, oh,
Oh my gosh.
I should have done this 20 years ago.
All right, okay.
See, not bad, huh?
Not bad, not bad. Wow.
That's one way to jump into your first adjustment. Hello, welcome to chiropractic.
Good. Yeah, you can tell you've been needing that.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop down into that upper thoracic spine here. Whew.
Wow.
Good. Get that middle. There we go. And let's see if we can get that a little bit lower. Take a deep breath in and out. Good.
So that lower thoracic at the area that a lot of people refer to as the TL junction, where the thoracic spine meets the lumbar spine, that segment can be tough sometimes because when we bend and twist, that sometimes takes a lot of the stress of our daily motion, daily activity, the motion of our daily activity, if I could talk today. And that can lock up and be a frequent source of discomfort for patients. It's also, on most patients, not the easiest spot to adjust. And when you do adjust it, sometimes it's pretty tender. It just sometimes doesn't want to let go. But when it does, it's a very successful adjustment as far as alleviating those symptoms.
Okay. Let me have you sit up on the table. And then bring one leg on each side. You are good. Okay. All right, we're gonna bring one arm up. Bring the other one up, good. Keep your thighs just a little, you don't gotta like squeeze, but just a little bit snug to the table. And this one is a sitting lumbar adjustment, so you'll get the adjustment in that lumbar, low back, and then sometimes it'll even get the hips too.
Oh.
So you don't see that very often. It's probably something that I'm guessing if we were to go back in his videos, probably something that he's been doing for a long time. All this stuff, like I've mentioned in other videos, how you can adjust the cervical spine, face up, face down, seated, standing in front, standing behind the patient, all the different kinds of ways. Usually it comes down to either preference or patient specific, whether the patient responds better to a certain technique or style. Or again, it could just be that he did something different, that looked cool, that caught on with the YouTube crowd. And so he kept doing it that way. I don't see what there would be a advantage or disadvantage to doing the seated versus side posture lumbar adjustment. But again, if he's doing something different that not many other people are doing, especially not many other people on YouTube, he's going to stand out for that. So that's, I'm guessing, why he does that, unless he's addressed that in other videos, unless he's brought that up. Anybody that's watching my video that follows him a lot, if he's mentioned that before, why he does it that way, leave a comment below. Let me know. I'd be interested to hear that.
Wow.
Check the other side here. Dang.
Breath. Lost.
Holy cow. There we go. Okay, gonna do a little bit of soft tissue work here. But granted, this is where you've kind of have been feeling it, hold stress, tension up top here. Trust me, I kind of get in there a little bit. Yeah, I don't hold back. I get what needs, find those knots, get them out.
Oh. Yep, definitely get in there.
So basically just digging his thumb in there to get that trigger point to let go.
There we go.
But I liked, compared to some other docs that we've seen, I like how he palpated, found the location of the issue, and then performed the treatment. That can be pretty uncomfortable, as opposed to some other garbage that we've seen where it's like, I'm going to dig my thumb in there to make it hurt until you tell me that it hurts. And then we're like, oh, well, we found a problem area. No, you didn't. You created the problem.
I feel like I'm gonna be sore after this.
A good sore, like,
sore?
yeah, like, you know, like the first time working out in a long time, like
yeah.
that.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna check the shoulders. Good there.
Oh, interesting.
Good there too. Perfect.
Good to know.
Yeah, those, when I do that, if that shoulder is out, I mean, when I say out, it could be like a millimeter off, like nothing big.
Okay.
But it'll like pop and go, yeah, it'll go right back in.
Surprised I didn't do any. Did you feel anything?
No, not with the, not with the shoulders.
So let me stop right there. I appreciate his honesty. He just adjusted or attempted to adjust both of her shoulders, and obviously they didn't go. They didn't pop. They didn't click. They didn't make a noise. And instead of him coming back with some BS excuse or explanation or, I don't know, some stuff that I've heard other people say, he was just honest with her. He goes, no, it didn't budge. It didn't move. Guess why? Because it didn't need to move. And that's a lot of times, and especially with shoulders, but other parts of the body, you know, sometimes those joints don't move because they don't need to move. You know, it would be better if you found out that, hey, this shoulder doesn't need to be adjusted. Let's not even attempt to adjust it. But, you know, for YouTube and other practices, a lot of these docs just kind of adjust everything for views, but at least he was, honest with her, which is nice, and didn't give some BS excuse. And I don't know. If you've been around this, if you've been watching this kind of stuff enough, you probably know what I'm talking about. In.
I like that.
Oh, I love using this. Best
Feels so good.
Yeah, literally best thing out there too. Go face down again on the table.
How many clients do you usually see like in a day?
I'll be in office usually about 3, sometimes 4 days a week.
Okay.
From there, I'll see. I don't try to do many. I used to do a ton.
Yeah.
I would say now I really see about 8 to 12 a day.
Okay.
But
Wow, that's still a lot.
there was a time I was doing like 25 a day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
That's a lot.
That's not a lot.
Yep, legs are perfectly balanced again.
Good.
I keep going and going and going, and then months will go by, and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, it is a lot if you're spending 20, 30 minutes with each patient. I should reframe that.
Gosh. Oh, like I need it now, and I'm feeling spots. I'm like, oh gosh, I feel a rib out here, something here. But yeah, no, I'm due because I've been getting a few spots hurting me.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna use the drop table. We're gonna work on the right SI joint, left SI joint, directly over the sacrum, and then work up the lumbar spine and a little bit into the bottom of the thoracic spine.
So for those of you that don't know or have never been to a chiropractor or never been to a chiropractor that has a table like this, basically he's using drops or Thompson drops. He presses a little lever, the table pops up just a little bit, and with just the slightest bit of pressure on the patient and the table slam down at the same time. It's more of a speed thing. I'm not sure, unless it's just part of his routine. He's already adjusted her entire thoracic spine and her lumbar spine. I don't know why he would go back to the drops to redo it. I mean, he's already pretty much adjusted her full spine. I don't really know why, but let's keep watching. Well, I take that back. If he did a seated lumbar, he was not getting the SI joint. So I get why he would do that. Now, if you're doing side posture, if you're doing side posture lumbar, you can also get the sacrum and the SI joints as well. With the seated lumbar, it may be a little bit more difficult, more of a challenge, just because the patient's legs are kind of more restricted because they're on the side of the table. It might interfere with those SI joints moving, so whatever. But the thoracics, I don't know why he'd go back and do drops on the thoracics if he just got 3 very good thoracic adjustments on her like 5 minutes ago. And I do know, I mean, he's barely thrusting. He's hardly doing anything with those drops, which to me, he's kind of doing it in reverse of what I've seen most people do. They'll do this kind of Thompson drop, maybe kind of full spine or in certain areas, almost as a similar style of using a vibration or percussion tool, almost kind of just like loosening up the spine, getting it ready for the full-on adjustment later on, which he's already done that, and now he's doing this, so kind of flip-flopped, but everybody's got their style.
Catch your breath.
See how he's palpating her lumbar spine and her SI joints, and let's just be real, on the top of her butt cheeks. See how he's using this padded part of his hand, and he's not groping her. He's not using his full hands. He's not using his fingertips. He's not like squeezing around sensitive areas. That to me is the difference between a professional chiropractor and somebody doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, as we've seen in other reaction videos. Much more professional in my opinion. And again, it's just my opinion.
Let me check that leg length. Still looking good. Perfect. Okay, I am gonna have you flip onto your back. Good.
Head here.
Yep. And then with this, we're gonna do leg pulls, which obviously with never being adjusted, you've probably never had this done.
Never.
Okay. Just relax, relax.
Oh yeah. That one.
First one you typically feel more in the hip.
Yep.
And then
That's exactly where I felt it.
And then the second one is more in the ankle.
Yep.
Good.
Felt it in my hip too though.
Did you?
Yeah.
If you've never had leg pulls done, next time you go to the chiropractor, request them. They feel amazing. Whether you have a problem or not, they just feel good.
Both hip and ankle with that. Oof, even
That
more
was
there.
more my ankle.
And then rest. Best part.
I like the transition. You can tell he's been doing this a while and he's got his routine down. What did he just do when he transitioned from one thing to another? He did the leg pulls, which yanked her body halfway down the table and got her in the perfect position to go ahead and do the Y strap. That's smart. That way he's not like flip-flopping her and dragging her all over the table. Go here, go there, go there. Just one led into the another. That's pretty smooth.
Scariest part.
Now this.
All right, so this is what's made this guy famous, so to speak. So let's see how he does it.
Oh my gosh.
So here's my comment on that, and I've made a Y strap video. If you've not seen that, go check it out. It's got a thumbs up and a thumbs down thumbnail. Since going on this YouTube adventure, and I used to get the question all the time, the ring dinger and the Y strap. I'm going to do a reaction video on that as well. But I've had the question, do you do that? I've had people call asking for that. I've had people show up asking for that. Just never fooled with it. But the more and more I was watching this, I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. So I got one, and we've been testing it on some patients, and we've gotten some amazing reviews. I even filmed a testimony, so that's in the library as well. But I use probably 10% of the force or 10% of the pull that this doc does, and many others that you see on YouTube where they're yanking the patient. I mean, this one wasn't as bad. Excuse me. This one wasn't as bad as some of them that I've seen where they're like yanking the patient halfway off the table. That to me is getting a little bit dangerous. Now, this guy's been doing it a long time. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I'm sure he knows how much force he's using. So who am I to say that he's doing it wrong or too strong or too much? But for me, that, as on the provider side, would scare the crap out of me to yank that hard on a patient, especially a young female who's smaller in stature. Now, you get some construction worker dude on there that's 250, 300 pounds. Yeah, you're probably going to have to use a little bit more force. But man, when I'm doing it, I'm barely moving the patient at all on the table, whereas you could just see, I mean, she slung up the table quite a bit. And I know there's, like I said, there's been other videos that I've watched online where it's like, whew, it's rough.
Oh my word. Like you're prepared for it, but you're not prepared for it. Oh, okay.
What did you feel?
Wow. It went all the way down, it feels like.
Heck yeah.
Feels good though. Gosh, it's scary, like leading up to it, and then you're like, oh.
But when you watch the videos, you're kind of like, I don't know, it's gonna like rip someone's head off.
Yeah.
You get it done, and it just.
Yep, it went. Wow. Yep. Okay. We did that. We did that.
A little bit of shock.
We do another one? Is there another one?
We will check it.
Man, I hope
I've
not.
seen in the other
Why
ones,
would you
I'm
need a
like, oh
second
crap, do I have to be prepared for a second? No, that felt good though.
Good. Come on up. Perfect. And then you can turn. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Operation again.
Okay.
And then yeah, we're gonna go one more time, make sure we got everything going.
Okay.
I can't see the face of that. Yeah, it's fun for me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I bet. Entertaining.
How are you feeling?
I feel good.
Good.
Yeah, loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn that way again. And then we'll come on down. Gonna check one more time. See
Okay.
if there's anything left. There we go.
They gonna do it again? My goodness. There's no way.
Round two.
Oh my gosh, they are. 2 Y straps in one visit. Man, talk about a intro to chiropractic. Man, why are you doing a second one?
Oh, yeah.
Couple more?
Yep. Not as bad as the first one. Not
That's-
as much.
I was gonna say.
It was
the
more
first
like up here. I felt it in that one.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one I like, really hurt. This one, yeah, not as much.
I don't know. To me, that's a bit much. He's the Y strap doc. He's been doing it forever. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, but man, that just seems like a lot to me.
Where do you feel that?
More like up in my neck area and like right in the upper back. I would say that was the most where I felt that one.
Gotcha. And then the first one went
Was all the way down.
all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay, heck yeah. First time being adjusted?
First time. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Come on up. And then you can turn that way.
Okay. Looks scarier than it is, that's for sure.
It does. I would definitely have to agree with that. And sometimes, like with some patients, like literally looks like terrifying.
Yeah.
And
All
then
right, so you're just gonna use that tool again?
Yeah. I usually just go like this.
Yeah, you're not gonna mess.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Lower back, yeah. I mean, God, you really have to do something dumb
Okay.
to really mess that one up. A twist like that. I mean, a lot of times, like you're just sitting.
Yeah, in a chair and use that.
You're completely
Okay.
fine. And then even like the thoracic spine. A lot of times, even if somebody like lifted you up from behind like that with your arm, you're not gonna.
Okay, because my brother likes to do that too. He'll like lift me up and get the very, yeah, and it usually gets like right in the middle that I usually can't get. So,
Yep.
okay, good to know.
You are good with that.
Okay.
The worst is if you jam it.
Okay,
That's
it's
what
force. You don't want to use force.
That you don't
Okay.
do. But yeah, how you described it.
Okay, perfect. Good to know.
How do you feel?
I feel good. A little soreness in this knee. I think it's probably it.
Well,
So that's
do
the
another
knee that
wash.
I hurt in my accident.
My knee's bothering
I don't
me.
know if it was just a lot of like build up.
Let's do another wash strap adjustment. Or I know. I know certain docs would be like, oh, your knee hurts.
Granted, it wasn't.
Let's do some Logan Basic.
Right.
It was, maybe 2, maybe 3 millimeters.
Yep.
Granted, balance after.
Yep.
Which is good.
Yep.
All right, I think we're pretty much
Okay.
to the end here. I think they're just kind of chatting. So anyway, guys, there you have it. The Y-strap doc, Dr. Joseph Cipriano. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. So we're going to go back. Let's go to popular. All right. Severe hyperkyphosis, extremely loud pregnancy, severe ankylosing spondylitis, first time crack. That, I don't think that's any of the ones that I mentioned before. So if you were one of the people that mentioned in the comments a specific video by Dr. Joseph here, I apologize. Leave that comment again. There's a specific one that's more than one person had mentioned. I want to say it was something to do with maybe a spinal fusion or the patient had surgery or something like that. But anyway, this video has gone on long enough. I don't want to jump into another one. If you find that one, or we may come back and look at some of these more extreme ones that have millions of views. Yeah, I don't want to make this video too crazy long. This guy's got plenty of content that we can definitely take a look at. But anyway, guys, there you have it. Terrified her neck would break. First time experiencing a chiropractor from Dr. Joseph Cipriano down in Tampa, Florida. Go give him a follow. And guys, I hope you have enjoyed this reaction video. So many of you all requested this one. If you have any other requests, recommendations of videos or channels that I should take a look at, leave them in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.